Okay, here is Motor Lab stations for February with Iris. And we're gonna start with station number 1 is the Peanut Rock. So just hold your knees and rock back and forth as many times as you can without coming apart. You want to stay in a little ball like that. Okay, that's station 1. So then we're going to move to station 2. This is the ball tap. So you have 2 kids, one on each end, and they just tap the ball in between their hands, have them try to watch it with their eyes, try to keep their hands to the bars like far apart like that, and kind of tap it back and forth. Now these are attached by these magnets, which are pretty strong, but just make sure the kids don't pull on the ball because they will come loose with enough strength. They'll probably slide down before they'll come off, but I just want them to be careful of that. So that's station 2. Station 3 is the rocking boards, and what they can practice, they might need some help at first. They can use these chairs or the table for balance, but I want them to keep their feet on the rocker board in the middle and count to 10. They have to use a lot of core and a lot of planning, and so they can use this one and then the blue one. Their feet are a little farther apart, and so that might be easier to start with, so they can practice on both and decide which one they like the best. But to stand in the middle for 10 seconds is the goal. You can start with 5. All right, station 4 is rock and row. I found these. I have these little sticks that are pretty lightweight, and what I want them to practice is their trunks going down and coming back up again. Again, more core. So I don't want them to just use their arms. I want them to engage their whole trunk, and if that's easy, they can go up on their knees and they can do the same thing and go back down and then come back up again, but just working on that core. Okay, so that's number 4. Number 5 is the mini tramp with a bit of a twist, and you guys can decide if you think this is something you want the kids, but there's right and left, so they have to tap the right. Iris, can you tap it? And it's crossing midline. They have to tap the opposite. So if that's too tricky, they can just jump. And then I have the jumpy thing here for them to have the 2. They can switch. Okay, station 6 is like balloon volleyball. So I'm going to have them start. You can start with having them sitting in the squares far apart, and they can just toss the balloon back and forth to each other. And if that gets easy, then they can go on their knees in a tall kneel, and they can bat the ball back and forth like that as they're kneeling. So Iris doesn't have a partner, but they will bat it back and forth and try to stay in the square to keep it from going everywhere. So that will be another goal. Okay, and then number 7 is called the lame dog walk. They will walk on 3. So they use their arms and hop on their legs. Now the trick is I don't want them to put a lot of, to like jump on their hands. So they can walk one hand at a time, or Iris is using both. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, put the one hand first. Yeah, and then do that, because I don't want a lot of jarring on their shoulders. But this is hard and it takes a lot of strength, so that's going to be a tricky one. And then the last one is walk up, the ball walk up. So they're going to have to scoot really close to the wall, laying down on their backs with their heads up, and they just need to walk the ball up and down the wall just like that with their heads up. So anyway, and that'll too will take some time. That's going to be tricky too. So anyway, those are the stations. If you have questions, let me know. Thanks.